And Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in the United Arab Emirates for a rare trip abroad. It's his first time visiting the Middle East since Russia began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The UAE's foreign minister greeted the Russian president on his arrival. Putin then travelled on for talks with the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. He hailed the two countries' current relations, saying they were at an unprecedented high. Putin will also visit Saudi Arabia during the trip, where he'll hold talks with the country's de facto ruler, Mohammed bin Salman. DW's former Moscow bureau chief Juri Rescheto joins us from Riga, DW being banned from reporting from Russia. Juri, this is one of Putin's rare appearances abroad. Tell us more about what's in focus.
Well, Russia maintains close relations with both countries, the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. According to the Kremlin, in Saudi Arabia, Putin is going to talk with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on trade, international politics and humanitarian aid. The issue of oil trading is very important too. As we know, 8 oil-producing countries have reduced their oil production from May in order to maintain production at the lower level until the end of the year to stabilize the market. So this is one of the topics today. Also, the conflict between Israel and Hamas is on the agenda for both meetings too. And at the same time, this visit should be seen in the context of the Russian internal politics of the upcoming presidential elections in Russia next year, in March next year. Putin hasn't yet announced his candidacy. He may do so next week during his annual press conference. And of course, this visit abroad would help him improve his image in Russia, regardless of the results.
But Yuri doesn't have to worry about that international arrest warrant?
Well, the Russian president is traveling abroad only for the 5th time since the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for him. But Putin doesn't risk to be arrested because neither Saudi Arabia nor the United Arab Emirates have ratified the so-called Rome Treaty, which founds the International Criminal Courts. And that means they wouldn't have to arrest him. In contrary to South Africa, for example, we remember in July this year, Mr. Putin skipped a summit there because of fears he could be arrested. So if nothing unforeseeable happens, Putin will make this visit abroad as a politician who is not only labeled as a warm-time president, but also who is listened to, at least in the Arab world.
The other thing is that Putin is in the Middle East at a time of war in Gaza. What role has Russia played in this conflict?
Well, Russia seems to strengthen its geopolitical position here in the Middle East and gain influence as a mediator. Moscow has good relations with Hamas, which is considered a terrorist group in most Western countries, but not in Russia, where Hamas regularly sends delegations to. In the end of October this year, the founder and political leader of the group came to Moscow. He met with the Russian deputy foreign minister. Before that, they both had a meeting in Qatar. Qatar is the preferred negotiator with Hamas from the Western point of view, but it has been unable to find a basis for another hostage exchange between Israel and Palestinian group. So I think Putin has relatively little to lose by intervening now during his visits in Qatar.
Interesting stuff there from our Riga bureau chief, Juri Rescheto. Good talking to you, as always.